Good afternoon, MFV. How are we all doing, guys? Good to see you all. Hope you are well. Happy weekend. Right, it is Saturday. I am back with the reviews, guys. Have a bit of time away from doing them. But no, we are back in full flow. So hope everyone is well that is watching this in the present and future. So today, guys, as you would have seen on the picture at the start of the video there, we are having a look at the Vaporesso FORZ TX80. TX80 sounds like a Terminator or something, doesn't it? The FORZ 2X TX80. 80 being as that is the limit of watts that this bad boy will go up to. It looks absolutely stunning, almost, well, pretty much identical, sort of the Aegis look to it. I think Vaporesso are well and truly trying to go down this route with one of these. So I've already got this out of the box, guys. When I do my reviews, I have a play on these for a couple of days and really try and get to know the mod, get to know the ins and outs of it, rather than just giving first opinions, just so I can give it a bit more of an in-depth review, really, guys. So just tell me to chuck it out the window, maybe. But no, there she is, guys. So the Vaporesso TX80. As you see, the mod itself, very, very Aegisy with the look of it. Nonetheless, still a nice looking mod indeed. And of course, I think the uniqueness of this kit is that tank with the full protection on it there as well, guys. Plenty of airflow, single 18650 kit here. But no, absolutely spot on. Been playing with this for a few days, and I've got to say I'm quite impressed with it. So let's have a gander at what you get in the box when you would receive these and unwrap this bad boy. So there you can see standard, obviously nice little image on the front of what you're going to be getting hold of once you get into the box, and then all the usual specs on the back. I doubt this will even want to try and focus in for you. Oh, there you go. So you get the TX80 mod, you get the tank, which in this case is 4.5 mil. You get the 0.15 ohm mesh coil, which is pre-installed, and then you get the extra 0.4 mesh coil as well, which is in the box. Type-C USB cable, which is always good to see now. Get that speedy charge time going. Drip tip cover, which we'll go through shortly. Glass tube. You can get the gist there. I don't need to read it out. You're all educated people. You can read, and then you've got your dimensions there as well in your specifications. So let's have a gander in the box very quickly. Let's see what we are going to find in there. So when you first open the box, you'll be greeted by a little cover here, Vaporesso on the front. Inside this little wallet, you will get all the usual spiel. You'll get the user manual, which is in booklet form, not one of these big, massive things that you've got to unfold and then spend 6 hours trying to fold back up. What else we got in here? We have got the laser anti-counterfeiting label instructions. It's basically just a scratch-off label on the back. And you get your warranty booklet as well. That is all you get in there. Having another quick look inside the box, you will get your charger wire inside a little wallet there. You get a oddly looking screwdriver tool thing, which we will again we'll go through later on in this, find out what that does. Or you get your spare coil, you get a spare glass tube with some extra O-rings in there as well, and there is a spare little section here. Now I've seen a couple of people do review on these, and in this little cutout here is a pin, almost like the prefect badge that you used to get in high school, with FORZ TX80 on it. Now, for any heavenly reason, God knows, mine isn't in here, so I am missing this pin, or I'd be wearing it proudly for the purpose of this review. But mine's not there, so feel sorry for me. What's going on, Vaporesso? Where's my badge? And that is the contents of the box. The foam piece comes out. Oh, something threw out at me. It was just a bit of plastic, but no. That is the contents of the box here. So we've had a look in the box. Let's have a look at the mod. So I'll just put these back very quickly. So I'll do it later. We'll do it later. So here is the mod, guys. So like I say, first looks on this. I'll just put this back on right quickly. So starting from top to bottom, guys, first thing you're going to find on the drip tip is you have a silicone sort of drip tip cover there. The only reason I can think that they have put this on, obviously they have gone for the sturdiness effect of this. This is meant to be for you maybe rugged workers out there, maybe on building sites, things like that. I think the only other reason I can think they've put this on is for dust protection, stop dust getting in there if you're working in dusty environments. I'll go through why. I mean, they've tried making this thing waterproof, but I'll go through why that won't really have a good effect on it. Obviously, you can see there you've got your coil pre-installed, so that is the 0.15 mesh coil in there. Obviously, the 4.5mm glass tank as well, and that is very, very nicely protected by this very sturdy rubber casing that goes around it. It has been tested according to Vaporesso. They've put this through some vigorous testing just to see how well this protects the glass. They said they've lobbed it out of windows, they've dropped it in water, things like that. I've seen other people chuck this out of high distance windows and the glass hasn't really survived it. But I mean, I've been playing with it. I've dropped it, I'm banging it on tables and stuff like that, and it's not. I have actually even dropped it from when I was getting out the car. It landed on the road and it was fine. The only time where you think you'd be really at risk of smashing the glass on this is if it drops and the contact point is with the glass rather than the shell. But again, you'd have to be one unlucky mofo to have that happen to you. So yeah, really like the way that they've gone down with the tank on this, just that added protection. The amount of people that come into the shop and say, I need another glass, I've smashed mine. Hopefully it wouldn't be the case with this. Obviously, you've got your very, very big airflows at the bottom. You've got three ports at the bottom for your airflow. They are adjustable as well. It has a stop gap there, so you can't go any further, and you can just adjust that all day long. So yeah, there is the tank. Fill port is at the top, just unscrews off, and there you go. You've got your two fill ports there. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, if it'll focus in. Will it focus in? But you can see that groove across the middle there. You can see that groove line, and that is so that you can get in to the inside of this, which brings me back to the tool that I showed you on the unboxing. So the tool would just basically go into the middle there. You can untwist it, and then you'll be able to get the insides out. And like I say, if you ever do need to replace that glass and things like that. So there you have it, guys. So that is the tank. Very, very nice flavour on the coils. I do know Vaporesso have been smashing it with their stock sub-on coils recently. I've currently got in this tank from the guys over at Live Lounge the vintage cola. So first, I got this a couple of days ago, and obviously it went straight into the Asgard, and the flavour is amazing on this. I do recommend, if you like your cola flavours, to go and find this. But no, I've put this into the tank, and there's not an awful lot of difference between the flavour coming out of this and on my RDAs. They are doing really well with flavours on these stock coils now. So yeah, tank itself absolutely spot on. I've got no real issues. The reason I was saying earlier, so you've got that dust cap. Couple of niggly bits about the dust cap for me is the 810 isn't massively secure when it goes in there, the drip tip. So if you try and take the dust cap off, sometimes you'll take the entire drip tip with it, and then you run the risk of losing it, like I just have. Oh, found it. So yeah, bit of a annoying thing, but it's not the end of the world. If you lose a drip tip, they're easy enough to replace. But yeah, it could have just been a bit more secure. I'm pulling it off there, but I'm sort of squeezing it and pulling at the same time. I'm sort of squeeze and slide. Squeeze and slide is the aim of the game with this to get that off. If you just pull, you're likely to pull the entire drip tip off, but not a massive issue whatsoever. So moving on to the mod itself, guys. So a lot of people I'm seeing in the comments, very, very Aegis-like. It is nigh on identical. Bar the buttons, obviously the display. I mean, even down to the charge port cover, it's exactly the same as what you'd find on the Aegis line. But I know Geek Vape are doing their most of their focus now on like the pod side of things and things like that, which leaves the door open for other companies to come in and start bringing in your single battery mods back into the market. So a good move by Vaporesso on that one. So you've got your battery at the bottom of the mod there, but yeah, I mean, take nothing away from it. It's still a nice looking mod, fits well in the hand, nice and light, no issues whatsoever with it. But no, let's have a look at the display. So again, Hopefully this will focus in. Hopefully you can see that. So as you see, top, I'll try and do this, top corner up here, you've got your resistance. So same 0.16 there. Underneath that, you've got the seconds it takes for you to do a draw. So if I press the button, it will start counting up. You've got your watts there. So as I say, this will go other way. No, I'm pressing the wrong button again. Do that, do that, do that. There we go. This will go all the way up to 80 watts. It doesn't round robin. So once you get there, you've got to start going back down. But it goes down pretty quick. You hold it for a bit longer, it'll go faster, right down to 5 watts. So there you go. I found, for me personally, with the coil that's in there at the minute, that 70 is my little sweet spot on this. Obviously, people have their own preferences. I don't know if you'll see, just at the side of 70 watts, you've got your battery life at the top. With this being single 18650, guys, do not expect the battery life to last forever. I find that I'm changing my batteries twice a day on this. But when you're firing something at 70 watts on a single 18650 battery, you cannot expect it to go on forever. And then just underneath that is just the mode that you've got it in. So it does come with different modes, which you would get into the system by either clicking this bottom button 3 times or holding it down. So I'll just hold it down for the sake of this one. We'll go right to the start. So modes that you get is FT mode, which is basically like a bit of an auto mode. It'll read the coil and kind of set itself to whatever you want it, what it feels will provide you optimum vaping experience. Going the wrong way. I'm pressing buttons now. Right, with 3 times. Right, let's start again. You've got your pulse mode. For obviously you guys that like doing your pulse vaping. Not many people do that these days. I press the button again. Come on, Ash, what you doing? What you doing? Right, try again. So next you've got power eco mode, which is basically once the mod gets down to 40% battery life, or it feels that it cannot sustain vaping at the wattage that you are currently at, it will come up and say that basically the mod will tell you that I'm going to turn your wattage down and obviously keep going for as long as I can. So it will change the wattage and try and keep that battery going for as long as possible in eco mode. Perfect for if you're out and about and you don't have a spare battery. You've got your smart temperature control, again for you guys that like playing around with temp control. DIY mode, which I will come back to in a minute. It's just gone out of focus. Pain in the proverbial backside of this camera. Is it going to focus back in? As if it just decided. There we go. Come back to DIY mode. You've got the system set up, which we'll actually bounce back to DIY right quickly. So DIY mode, you will get a number of settings there. Again, I will just move it away. So there you go. So you've got VW, which is your variable wattage, VT, which is variable temp, VV, variable voltage, BP, which is bypass mode, and then you've got SP at the end, which is, I can't remember what they called it now. But it's basically if you put an extremely low build in the tank, it will just provide itself a bit of extra power in there, and then you can go to exit, and it's took the focus away. So I'm going to keep myself in DIY mode because that's better for me. And then it really, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? That. And then the last option on there is your system set. Again, hopefully it'll focus in. There we go. Oh, it's thinking about it. It's thinking about, there you go. So you've got smart variable wattage at the top. You've got auto eco. Again, you can turn the auto function on, just so regardless of what setting you've got, if it goes below 40% battery, it will shout at you. You've got your brightness. You've got your flip screen, just in case you're a left-handed vapor, you can have it. But again, it's not the biggest thing. You can put it back to default settings. You've got your version, just to see what version software that you're on. And then you've got exit, and that is it, guys, for the settings. Other than that, it'll take you right back. I'm just pressing buttons now, and it's just doing its own thing with me. Exit, 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 exit. There we go. So that is pretty much it, guys. That is all the settings. Very, very easy to use. I mean, the instructions that come with it are very easy to follow. But no, happy days. Like I say, they haven't gone down the rugged route. It will take a bit of a battering. Obviously, don't do anything unrealistic, i.e. throw it off like the top of the Eiffel Tower. It probably won't survive a drop like that. But just general everyday wear and tear sort of mishaps, dropping it when you're getting out of the car or a lorry or medium-ish height, it's got you covered. It's rugged enough. Like I said, they have made this waterproof. Another issue with me is I can't get into, again, because I have no nails, I can't get into the battery door, so I have to use something to lever it out. Normally, a spare pen that I've got on the desk, which isn't doing it anymore, and I don't know where my other pen is. That I can't get it open. I don't know where my opening pen is. I use a little nib from an old pen to get into it. I can't find it. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me try and find said pen. I wonder if my bank card will get into it. Ah, the bank card worked. There we go. But no, they have made this relatively waterproof, even down to the battery door. There's a nice big thick O-ring on that as well. Single 18650. You've even got the plus at the top of that, just so you can just so you know which way you're putting your battery in, just in case you're not too sure. No vent holes on this, but for obvious reasons, they've made this so that if it drops in a puddle or anything like that, again, it's got you covered. But no, let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Obviously, this is going to be up on the Facebook page and on the YouTube page. Let me know your thoughts on it. Again, no massive issues with it whatsoever. I mean, personal niggly bits, and I suppose these get sent to a lot of people to try and get their personal thoughts on it. They could have tried to make the drip tip a bit more secure, especially with that dust cap being on, just so you don't pull the entire thing off and leave your thing exposed. Sometimes I even forget the dust cap's on. I'll try and vape it, and I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, and other than that, I mean, it'd be nice to see some uniqueness in the design aspect. I get that there's a bit of a gap there as the Aegis line has moved on to the pod systems and things like that. So absolutely, there's a gap there for your single battery devices. But I wish they would just have gone a bit more unique rather than just an outright twin to the Aegis. Obviously, you have got the FORZ running up the side. It does come in a number of different colours, this, which I do believe I can show you on screen. I believe if this works, it does. So those are the colours that this will come in, guys. So you've got your blue, you've got your kind of blacky grey camo, you've got a red, carbon fibre-ish, and then that sort of tan brown colour. So those are the colours that are available in this range at the minute, I believe. Get rid of that. But yeah, only other thing really for me is I would like to possibly have seen this be 21700. I just think I'm constantly changing the battery on this. Like I said, I've been playing with this for a few days now, and the guys that have been in rooms with me and things like that, I was like, I'm out of battery again. I need to go and change it. So yeah, it would have been good to see a single, if it's going to be a single cell device like this, maybe 21700. But no, let's have a cheeky old vape on it. I've got it at 70 watts, and like I say, I'm on the vintage cola from Live Lounge. This is a unique tasting cola. I can't put it's special. They've gone down, I believe they've gone down the Fentimans cola range. They get them in those sort of old-fashioned style glass bottles. It's kind of like that sort of flavour mixed with a bit of almost Pepsi-ish as well. So yeah, let's have a cheeky old vape on it. Like I said, I've been blasting on this pretty much all week, and there's been no sign at all for the coil packing in. And I haven't put it down for a while and come back up. I've been hammering this all week, and like I said, the coil is still going strong. The flavour is unreal off it. So there you go, guys. That is my little thoughts and opinions on the Vaporesso FORZ TX80, guys. Do let me know in the comments what you think of them. Coils are spot on. They're not short lasting. The flavour's amazing. Love the protection of the I've lost my words. Sort of the hardened rubber case around the tank. And say you're gonna have to be very unlucky to drop this in the contact point B where the glass is, because it's a good 3mm thickness between. I say my perception of distance maybe isn't as good as others, but I'd say a good 3mm thickness between the outside of that case and the glass. So you have to be very unlucky there. But no, do let me know your thoughts, guys. But yeah, that is my thoughts and opinions on that. I will leave you to your day. And for those that knows what's happening tonight, I will see you tonight. Bye, guys.